Okay, the seminar is getting underway from ICIWorld.com. ICIWorld is a society of real estate brokers and salespeople, networking and advertising exclusive real estate information, marketing listings on mobile devices, computers, on the internet, daily, and with visitors from people from 138 countries. And membership is open for all licensed real estate brokers and salespeople in the world. You will find it could be very convenient in terms of being one of the fastest way to network on mobile phones, and I'm going to demonstrate that in a moment. But just before we get underway, the significance of what's going on the internet, I'm clicking on the World Internet Stats, and you'll see the number of internet users that are using the internet today. And so it's a big market for you, and people are using their mobile phones 5 to 7 times more than they use a computer. And some people don't even have a computer anymore, and they're using mobile phones, and our services are all geared to help brokers take advantage of the mobilization of the real estate industry by having mobile websites, mobile networking going on your phone. And it's actually very quick to do. And we're actually going to show that right now. Let's go to ICIWorld.com just to give you an example. And if you click on search, for instance, on ICIWorld, and let me just update these files here. Try that again. We just uploaded the website again. And we're going to have to upload that one more time to get that working right. But there we go. You'll see the little search widget that's coming up, and you can literally click on search and search the database right there. And you'll see that the information comes up immediately on the screen. Now, to show you how you can do this on your phone, everyone should have a pad of paper and pencil and be taking notes. Everyone in the world should mark this website down. It's called ICIWorld.mobi, M-O-B-I. The beauty of this site is it's simply a shortcut. It is not an app. An app does take up resources, and if you have a lot of apps, you'll find that your battery on your mobile device is going down a little quicker than what you really want it to. And so we also have the mobile website, which is ICIWorld.mobi. And with this, it uses up absolutely no resources, and you simply bring it up on your screen like you do now. If you're using an Android, you click on the 3 dots way up at the top right corner on your Android, and you can set it as a shortcut. It uses up no resources. If you are using an iPhone, then you click on the little share button down at the bottom in the middle. There's a little up arrow which will appear and disappear if you move the screen up and down. When it appears, you click on the little shortcut button, which is like a little open book with a little up arrow, and that's the share button on an iPhone. You click on that, and then you click on a plus sign choice to add to home screen. And when you add it to your home screen, there's one more choice to click on add, and then it will add a little icon on your little home page on your mobile device, iPad, netbook, notebook, whatever it is that you might have. And then you'll have this, and it literally is 1 second to bring it up on the screen. So let's pretend we've all done that. You bring up this particular site on the screen, and for anyone and everyone interested in the whole world, interested in real estate, you can click on search residential or search commercial, whatever your interest is. You'll notice that there's a search database too, and I'll cover that later, the FSBOs, where you can add listings free, the public can, but only the broker members can see the contact information. But we're going to click on where members post their information, which is in one of these 2 areas here. And there is a little membership charge because you have to keep the lights turned on and the computers turned on. So there's a little bit of a membership fee to kind of keep the service turned on so that everyone in the world can network nicely. Okay, we're going to click on search commercial. And so in 2 seconds, 1 second to bring up the icon and to bring up the main screen, and 1 second to click on search commercial, you have this on the screen. And then you'll see down here at the bottom, you can click on this search commercial, and when you do, in 3 seconds, you can be having these listings coming up on the screen. And so if somebody is interested in one of these, all they have to do is click on one of these, and you'll see that the listing comes up complete with the contact a name of the salesperson who's got this particular buyer with their homepage over here, and you can send them an email, and you've got their telephone numbers, including their cell phone number, and it shows you what they're looking for. So if you had a piece of land in this particular case, you can give her a call, you qualify each other, you make an appointment, you go sell the property, and next thing you know, there's a new development that's being built someplace in the world that this person here helped to set up by developing that buyer, posting it to make it, instead of being a secret agent, she posts the information on behalf of her buyer to make it public. So you get the widest exposure in the world today by using major world services to help connect and help your buyers and sellers. And so that's how that kind of works on the want. If you have a have, there is a vacant commercial condo, for instance, York Region, 50 acres employment land, and there's all different kinds of properties. There's a multi-family townhome complex for $6.5 million, and we have triple net leased properties for $19 million on here, and we have $279,000 3-bedroom and 2-bath homes. Now, this particular home, it's happens to be in Egmondville here in Perth, and you'll see that there's links here to help to sell the various areas, and you can learn more about that. Okay, so let's kind of move on. There's also keyword searching. If you're looking for hotels, motels, gas stations, all you have to do is, let's say it was a hotel that you were looking for, and if you wanted to sort them by price, you could sort them by price. If you want the haves and the wants, or if you just want to choose the haves, you could. The listings are, the default setting is 3 months old. We do not delete listings here for 5 years, and the reason is a hotel would still be there even 2, 3, 4, 5 years later. The hotel is still there. The people are still there, God willing, they haven't passed away, and at our age they're seeming to go down every once in a while, so we just got to keep on going and try to have a happy life in the meantime. Okay, so the listings, you can choose 1 month, 3 months. Now, the reason for the older listings, of course, is that they are contacts for people. And now I'll give you an example. I'm going to search the haves. I'm going to leave this on the haves and the wants and sort them by price. And to give you an idea, you're going to see a lot of wants in here. A lot of these wants, it doesn't matter how long time ago they were put on. Chances are those people are still looking, because a lot of people are looking for investment properties all the time, year in and year out. So those are still good contacts. As far as the haves are concerned, the properties are still there, people still there, but the circumstances may have changed, and they may even be better today than they were before. So those are the kind of things that you can kind of do with these. If I change this to the haves and search, you'll see these are listed in 3 months old. There's 43 hotels and motels in here. And there's a little trick, by the way. You can search OTEL. It'll find hotels, and it will find motels as well, such as what you see right here in Kamloops, BC. So it's worldwide connections. Very, very easily, everybody can make connections in the whole world using this little widget. The same thing is true if you happen to use the mobile app for, you can use the mobile apps for iPhones and Androids if you wish as well, but this shortcut for ICIWorld.mobi takes up no resources. Now, if you happen to use the, how to add that to your screen, if you're using an Android, there's 3 little dots at the top right corner of your screen. You can look right now. It's on your phone, not on this screen here. And you click on that, and then you can add the shortcut to your home screen. It takes up no resources, 0 resources, because it's simply a shortcut. It's different from an app. An app, when you download it, if you go to the App Store or the Play Store and download it, it actually uses up a tiny bit of resources on your little mobile device, and what will happen is it'll drain batteries. If you have a lot of apps, it's going to drain your battery by lunchtime. I've seen it happen to some people. So you pick and choose the ones that you use mostly, but if you use this particular shortcut here, it uses up absolutely no resources, and it's very, very quick. You click on it. Once you have it added to your phone, now on an iPhone, it's the little up arrow at the bottom of your screen. It's called a share button. If you open the sort of like a little open book on your phone. If you move the screen up and down, you'll see it appear and disappear. When you click on it, you'll have another click on that share button, and another little link will appear that has a little plus sign that says add to home screen. And then you have to click on add one more time, and then you can actually add it to your home screen. So when you click on it, bingo, it opens up to this. And then if you want to click on search residential, in 2 seconds you have this form on the screen. And if you search the database, this is the very latest listings that are coming in, and they're coming in like 50 to 150 new listings a day. And they're coming in on a regular basis. Now the nice thing about it is, if you want to search a particular area, you can choose, you know, Canada, and you can choose US or Florida, and you can do all of that, but I'm going to just choose search Ontario, and then search maybe the Greater Toronto area. And if I wanted to search a particular city, I could. I can actually choose the various cities that are in that particular area. Maybe I'll choose Toronto just for the sake of argument. And then you can sort them. You can change the haves and the wants to a have. I'm going to choose the haves, residential, less than 3 months old, and then I'm going to sort them by price and click on search database, and you'll see them come in immediately. And you'll see coming for sale. These are exclusive. These are not on real estate boards, although 50% of them are exclusive on ICIWorld, but the other 50% are on real estate boards. So you'll see both. So if I clicked on this Yorkville condo, you'll see it is MLS, and that's how you can see whether or not it's listed or not. And then the other thing is, if you click on, let's say, coming for sale, let's click on that one, you'll see that this control is just regular client in this particular case. So these are all listings that are less than 3 months old, and that's how that works. They're exclusive, 50% of them. Okay, and there's also keyword searching here, and we're suggesting all, especially brokers in Ontario, they should get their cottages on here, because people can actually search cottages. And just to show how it works, I'll choose cottage. I'm going to choose any age because I want to have a nice display for you right now, but I'm going to click on search database, and you'll see how all the cottages sort of come up on the screen very nicely. So this is how fast things can work right on your mobile device. So yeah, we're pretty excited about that particular mobile function of ICIWorld, all starting with ICIWorld.mobi. And so when we talk about the population on the internet being so strong, it's very, very exciting, and it gets better and better as time goes on. And we're finding that people are learning how to use their devices. In other words, up until now, you might have these phones, but people really don't know the full function of them yet, and they're sort of learning, and that's what our service is all about, helping people learn. Just so that you know, there's only 2 major things that you do on ICIWorld once you're a member. One of them is to search up here, and you'll see when you click on search, you have, get rid of that thing there. You can click on commercial or click on residential, and you can also click the FSBO area, which we'll explain later. So you click one of those 2 things. If I clicked on residential, you get the same little search form that comes up, and you can make all your choices from there. The next thing you can, what I did is I uploaded a new website this morning. I made some changes just to let you know why that's popping up. If I was to go down here, I'm just going to go back to the main page right here. If I was to go down to seminars here, for instance, and click on seminar, what it was, I was just changing this particular order of seminar here today to make it a little easier, and then I uploaded the website, and when I uploaded the whole website, it still got the old website in memory, and I started the seminar here this morning with you, and I didn't refresh and remove the old website from here, and it just sort of keeps coming up. Let me just try that again and see if it'll do it, and there we go. Okay, so one of the things you do is always search. You click on that, but the other thing for members, they just click on member login, brings to a special page that we've got it color-coded for training purposes, and all of these choices are on the left-hand side. When you want to add a listing, you simply click on add, and you could just say, you know, Toronto, and you could say condo. It could be a commercial condo or a residential condo, it doesn't matter, and I could say 785K, waterfront, beautiful view. Those kinds of things can be put on here, and then you choose your business area, Greater Toronto, and then you can choose, you know, Toronto, for instance, right there. And what's nice is this all gets sorted, and you choose residential estates for a home. You simply repeat condo, you type in Toronto, and you put in 785 or whatever the price was that I had there. And then you can put some various comments in here, whatever it is that you want to say. You click on this internet link, and this actually is a link to the City of Toronto that we put in our listings to help to sell the City of Toronto to the world. You can do this for any city in the world, whether you're in Orlando, Vancouver, Collingwood, or Vanuatu in the Pacific Ocean, which we've had that. And you go down here, and this is where the control is, where you see that you are no longer restricted to making money with just MLS. With this service, you can actually work open listings, and you can work that, and we'll show you how to do that in a little while on through this seminar. You choose exclusive, as that's what it was. The last question says, will you allow your listings to be advertised on other brokers' websites? We always recommend yes. That way your listings will be instantly on up to 2,000 other brokers' websites instantly. Plus it gets emailed out to the industry with 20,000 emails going out a day. Plus it's available on all the search apps and websites. And we have about 80 domain names and various websites around the world that it displays all of this information in many different ways, and that's because we've been on the internet for 20 years, over 20 years. 1994, the first service on the internet in 1994 for real estate information. And then when you want to see your listings, you click on My Listings over here. So you add your listings here. You can update your listings there. You can see your solds there. And if you want to see how your listing goes in, you click on Latest World Commercial right here on the left-hand side, and you'll see your listings kind of coming in one at a time. And then Latest World USA, there's some of the ones in the USA that are coming up. And then you'll see Latest World Residential here on the left-hand side. You do that, and you'll see those ones coming in as well. So that's that. Now, again, break it down. There's only two things you do on ICIWorld. One thing is to search, and the other one is to add your listings by clicking on Member Login, and then you click on this Add Have One. Those are the two things. Everything else, starting now, is helping you to understand the business and what's going on with real estate and how to use the concepts in real estate so that you don't get into trouble with your real estate license when you work exclusive listings. And brokers, commercial brokers, have been doing that since the beginning of time, way before the advent of the internet, and we're going to explain that here shortly. If anybody is coming here for the first time and they wonder, are people making money on this service? I'm going to click on the testimonials just to show you that you will not be wasting your time by listening through and getting through this seminar here today. You're going to see all of these various testimonials coming in from wonderful people that are on this service that are providing great services to the public. And many of these services, in fact, all of the people that are on this page have done exclusive deals that are on ICIWorld that were not on real estate boards, and yet they're all members of real estate boards. And we're suggesting someday that the major associations adopt this service as well. If they can, come and talk to us. We're here. We're inviting everybody to come and talk to us. It's a brand new cutting-edge service for people to learn and to get in here and kind of learn about it. We'd love to kind of make it work for every single person that is registered at a real estate board, because that's really our audience. We're a little society for real estate brokers and salespeople, and more information comes out of the woodwork to serve the public. More information becomes available to the public, giving more choices for them to do so. And someday, in other countries of the world, you can adopt this service right now and make it a standard, and boy, the business that can start to go on in your country, it'll raise the GDP of your country. And that's because real estate contributes to the GDP of a nation. We've got some articles on that. I'm not going to go into it in detail now, but where we think we're going is way more fantastic than where we've even come from, and we're very, very excited about the growth of this service to help contribute to the economy and the commerce of a nation. It can actually do that, and very nicely. Now, of course, real estate board services do that too. But you're going to find that sometimes 90% of certain kinds of properties and land and businesses are not on real estate boards and won't be on real estate boards for various different reasons, but you can put them on ICIWorld and you can handle it in confidential fashion, and we're going to be covering that here. And we've been doing it for so many years. We know the ins and the outs, the pitfalls, the problems, and there are solutions for everything. Anyways, that's just a small little example of how you can be knowing that people are using the service and making use of it. These are all cutting edge technology, all the things that I'm showing you right here. Okay. So today we're going to show you how to work exclusive information that generates leads and gives you extra opportunities to make money that you do not have now. Now, I know this is not as exciting a presentation as Dancing with the Stars on TV and all that stuff, but I can tell you there's money to be made here big time. And I happen to be seeing it happen all around me, all the brokers, members that are making anywhere from tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and some have made over $1 million working exclusive information. And there's other people that don't want anyone to know anything that have made a lot of money. And we are just an assistant to every licensed real estate broker and salesperson in their service to the public, and we're helping them to serve the public with all this kind of information. And when you get down to the bottom line, there really is no other service like it. It's much easier to build these other kinds of services than it is this particular service, so that could be one of the reasons. But methods to eventually get more listings that you can sell. You know, if you have a FSBO, they're going to say no, they don't want to list it right now. But there's a way to actually give them a tiny bit of service. And next thing you know, if you show it once or twice, and next thing you know, 90% of all the FSBOs out there, they're actually sold by licensed real estate brokers and salespeople. And so we're going to be showing you how you can give them a little bit of service, and then hopefully when they decide that, you know, they had problems trying to do it themselves, that they're going to select you as a result of giving them a little bit of service. And we think we got one of the nicest FSBO programs. I know other people have FSBO programs out there, but we've got one that's really smooth, really sweet, and it gives you a yes, yes, yes answer and just turns around the whole dynamics of a FSBO so that they're saying yes, yes, yes to you. And we're going to show you what those yeses are, and we're going to show you 3 special questions that can help you get more business for the rest of your life. You got to try it. You're going to be so surprised that maybe you never did it before, and that's what I'm getting back from the brokers that do it. So to search exclusive listing is very exciting. We're actually one of the largest national databases in Canada already for exclusive listings, and then we're looking for a partner or other people to kind of do things in the US to kind of grow this service. And we're looking for people to grow this service, and you can keep that in mind, that we're looking for partnerships, we're looking to license it, we're looking anything that would interest you to kind of grow this service and help it go a lot faster. This is sort of like a little advertisement that we're available to kind of do deals and kind of make things happen to make the service kind of work worldwide, and we'd love to kind of make it happen. Real estate widgets are very exciting because one of the reasons why a lot of brokers are not getting listings or leads off their website, they maybe don't have any listings on their website. Or maybe you have listings on your website, but they have the addresses showing. And of course, if the addresses are showing, the customers that go to your website might be visiting your website, and then they see an address. And, you know, your own customers will definitely call you. But, you know, if it's someone that just happens to be dropping in on your website and see it, it's sort of like people window browsing in a department store. If they see that they can go direct to the owner or drive by the property first before calling you, a lot of people might do that. And if they do, they see the sign from the other broker, they end up giving that other broker a call. And if they do a deal that was triggered from your website, that other broker, you know, maybe can end up doing the deal and he doesn't even realize it. And otherwise he could even call you. It'd be nice if he could call you back and say at least thank you. So we actually have some special widgets where you have the choice to and not display the other contact name and number of the other broker. That becomes a win-win situation for all the broker members. Why? Because now more brokers are going to advertise that. And if you've got your information on 2,000 other brokers' website, instantly when you advertise something here, that other broker, chances are they're going to do a referral back to you. So because you were able to add it here once and have it advertised in 2,000 other brokers' websites, how much would that cost if you had to put it in 2,000 newspapers and 2,000 trade magazines, 2,000 of this and 2,000 websites, and populating all the time and effort that would take? You just have to put it on ICIWorld once, and bingo, it's on all the ICIWorld websites, all the mobile websites, all the apps and everything else, and all the 80 domain names we have pointing to all this information, and 18,000 pages on the internet. But in addition to that, thousands of other brokers' websites, it appears on instantly. And you could have these widgets on your website, and what's special about it is it's structured in a way that you get the calls. Now, if you have our widgets on your website and you're not getting calls, we can virtually say that you're getting little or no traffic to your website. And the reason is people cannot click on the residential listings or the commercial listings when they see them. They literally have to call you. And if they're serious people, they'll call you because they don't want to miss out on a beautiful dream home for $1 million or a beautiful investment property for whatever, and a shopping center, office building, triple net lease building, whatever it is. They don't want to miss out on that. They have to investigate it because it could be the best investment that they have in their life. And so the widgets from ICIWorld are absolutely inevitable to trigger leads for you. We're going to demonstrate that too today. And because one lead can make you a lot of money. And you know, if you're not getting leads every 90 days, that's part of our pledge. You must call us. You're not, maybe you don't have it set up properly. Maybe you're not networking properly. And we always seem to find that there's an issue with anyone who has not made money through ICIWorld. Now, why consider having more than one website? Well, again, it's because websites in one respect are like billboards. You can have more than one, and understanding what it takes to generate leads every 90 days and what to do about it if you do not. We're going to answer these questions, and we give one-on-one support to everyone on how to do that. And how to make all of this stuff work. And if you'd like a simple, free consultation on what it is that you're doing and what you can be doing, simply go to ICIWorld.com, and we're doing this for the whole industry. And the reason is we cannot handle hundreds of phone calls coming in at one time. But what we can do is this. You go to the main website, such as you see right here, ICIWorld.com. Prevent this page from creating. There we go. We'll do it that way. You go to the main website and you simply make an appointment. You click on make an appointment. I don't care if it's a 15-minute appointment. You just click on the 60 minutes. That's the one choice that we're giving everyone. And you just click on a day, and you click on a time, and you click on confirm. You put your name, your email, and you put your phone number in here, and you make an appointment. It's as simple as that. And then at that particular time, you get yourself on the internet. You go back to the website here, and you click on this one right here, webinars workshop. You click on that. You know something, I think I'll switch to Google Chrome because that other browser, Opera, is creating a, oh, even there, it's coming up here. Same thing. So maybe there are some files missing that I have to unload. That's this Muse program down here that I use to design websites. And then we could upload it and then kind of make it happen. Actually, you know something, I can actually pause this, stop this recording. So you can actually have more than one website. You can link the websites together, and that way you can have 2 and 3, 4 websites working for you out there. There's advantages with meta tags and keywords to have more than one website. Mobile websites are, though, absolutely essential. If you do not have a mobile website, there's an old saying, it's not just realtors can help you, but realtors with technology can really provide some of the best services that are out there. And so if you have a mobile website, that's very important. In fact, the ICIWorld marketing strategy for every single member, and for anyone who's not a member to consider becoming a member, this one fact alone can help you, is to get your mobile website onto the phone and the mobile devices of every single one of your customers, prospects, clients, acquaintances, people you know, people you go to church with, people that are in your sports programs, all family. Everyone should put your mobile website on their phone, and whenever they want to search real estate, bingo, they just have to bring up your personal website on their mobile phone, and next thing you know, they can give you a call. And just to give you how nice an example of how that can work, let's pretend that this is your website. And when I bring that up on the screen, hang on one second, I'm trying to minimize that. Oh yeah, there it is there. Okay, when I minimize that, here we go. I'm going to minimize that. Let me just make some of these other screens smaller out of the way. This, for instance, is the size of a mobile phone. And so if I was to go down the page, whoopsie daisy, hang on one second. Let's go down here, make it a little bit bigger. This is a sample of a mobile phone. Okay, it's nice and straightforward. Now, from a broker's point of view, we're suggesting that is these choices that really make you the money. It's the choices to search listings. If you've got listings on your website, then people will be interested in calling you. And one of the first things we do is install the IDX link for the MLS listings from your local real estate board so people can actually search the local real estate board for your listings. And this comes up from your local real estate board so that people can actually do a search. But in addition to that, there's going to be also custom searches from other major world networks. You're going to have 3 major world networks on your website. If you get one of these websites from ICIWorld, you'll see the pictures come up here nicely. And if you click on one of those and go down, people can actually see pictures of these homes, your contact information here. They can do this on their phone, from their own phone, anytime and all, right from any place in the world, no matter where that customer is listed. So what a beautiful garage, eh? Look at that. Well, I'd like to have a garage like that. Anyways, how about a kitchen like that? These are beautiful pictures of homes that you can be displaying from your website on every one of your customers' mobile devices. So if you have a customer, and even if they're out of the country, and you're going to send them your mobile website and tell them they can see all the homes in your area from no matter where they are in the world, and they can be showing their family and their friends and all this kind of information. And we suggest this is one of the most powerful tools, because now whenever they think of real estate, or their friends or family or relatives of them think of real estate, they can pull up your website and actually do these kinds of searches. So that's 2 major world networks, this one here and this one here. In addition to that, you'll see the residential exclusives button. You might now recognize this from before, and we put your contact name and number right here at the top. If you don't have it there and you remember, call us and we're going to help you set that up. And so that means that if somebody is searching real estate and they're searching maybe just the haves, and maybe they're searching in maybe just a particular area, and what I'll do is I'll just choose maybe Greater Toronto. I won't pick a city, but I'll just pick that for now. And I might sort them by price, because the majority of people looking for homes, they're going to go right to their price range. And if we go right down to the price range of what they're looking for, and maybe they're, say, 800 to 900,000, there's one coming for sale. There's one in Yorkville. People can click on that, or they're going to try to click on that. They are going to mark down that number and say that's the number that they're interested in, because they're going to try to click on it and they can't do it. Now, as time goes on, we'll make it so that it can pop up your personal contact information. People, this is all cutting edge technology. We can do so much growing this service, but it takes time. Sometimes it's like if you want to make a right-hand turn, you got to turn a ship around. You can see how long it takes. Some of these things take time, so you got to bear with us. This is all cutting edge technology. There basically is no other service like this that I know of that serves brokers and helps them serve the public quite so nicely, as a matter of fact, because majority of these, like these exclusive properties here, they're not on any real estate board. They're not on any other service. And but they're here. And brokers can actually put all of them on here, and all brokers worldwide should consider doing it. Now, what's going to happen is they're going to come up here. Now, I did have a link for Nadia here with the word email on it that somebody should have been able to click on. In this case, somebody's going to have to click on the contact me. But that contact me, I'm going to suggest, should be on that page. And that person can actually say, I would like more information. I would like more info. Thanks. And then they fill in their name, their phone number. Now, this information will get sent to Nadia, but it will also go into a database that is on this particular website. So there's a mini CRM on the websites that we supply from ICIWorld. Now, in addition to that, her personal listings will come up here. Those are some of the haves and wants that she presently has on the service. And we recommend that you have a minimum of 15 on here. If you don't have 15, it's probably because you don't understand how to work exclusive information, which we'll cover here in a moment. World Commercial, Ontario Commercial, somebody can click on that. In this particular case, we've got widgets made up for every state and province in the United States and Canada, and even for countries now. But if you want, you can kind of pick a city, and if somebody wants to search, you know, a certain city that they want to search, they can just kind of pick a city, and then the listings kind of pop right up. Just to give an example, just search this one here. Bingo, all the properties pop right up. You'll see there's over 400 of them right there. Now the other option that you can do, now this is for commercial, and just go down here. You'll see all the commercial opportunities, and then if somebody has, you know, if they're interested in this one here, nobody can click on that. So if you're a member and you've got this, and somebody calls you and says, I'm interested in 354-087, can you help me? You might not want to sell a restaurant, so you're going to tell them that you will have somebody call them back. And then you are going to get a hold of the broker that's got this particular listing and say, I have a lead for you. Is a 25% referral commission okay with you? That's a 5-minute phone call. It's averaging $3,000 to $10,000. I got one broker who's done 15 of those. 75 minutes of his time. He made $45,000. That's what can happen here. I wish it was me. But that's what can be done. If you do not have this widget on your website, you have no chance to trigger this lead. Now, you can be a residential salesperson, and you can still get a lead on commercial and do a referral, much like a doctor is a general practitioner. You come in, if there's something wrong with your heart, he's going to refer you to a heart doctor. But you've got to be able to have all of these choices on your screen in order to trigger the lead. If you don't have these commercial listings, you have no chance to trigger referrals on any of these kinds of listings here. And so that's why we're recommending that residential brokers simply make residential be the first choice. And if somebody wants residential, they can choose residential. If somebody wants commercial. Now, if you're a commercial broker, you put this commercial and make all of that first up here and make the residential second. Resource links is very important. You should have links to about 40 different items on your website that helps to sell, not to sell, but to actually, you can help to sell the location of your area. You put links to the city hall, to the local economic development office that says why locate in this area. You can have why choose a realtor in your resource links. How about a moving checklist? How about how to calculate land transfer tax? How to calculate lawyers' fees? How to calculate mortgages? All of those things can be resources for all your buyers and sellers. Where's the shopping centers, the churches, the schools, places of worship, community centers, and sports teams? All of those things can go into resource links, and we can help you with a nice long list to help you do that. That's a lot of this stuff is covered in our other seminar called How to Promote Your Website. You can go back to ICIWorld.com and click on webinars or seminars and register for the next one, How to Promote Your Website. So these listings come up on the screen. Yes, they trigger leads. People can end up calling on this one. If you're a commercial broker and you get a call on a 4-bedroom home, you just do a referral. Now, a referral in this particular case, if the commission's 5%, 40 grand, 20, 20, 20 to selling, 20 to the listing, you would make 25% of $20,000, which is a total of $5,000 for doing a 5-minute referral. If you do not have this on your website, you have no chance of triggering a lead on this, of course, but the moment you put it on, the very next person that goes to your website and sees one of these listings, they have to call you. We have commercial widgets for every province and state. We have residential widgets for every province and state. These websites, by the way, are free for 30 days. After 30 days, at the moment, I'm going to quote $199 for the year, but they could be different by the time you call. And that's because we do not control that. It's coming from another major world service. We're official distributors, official educators, and we are a first line of support for these particular websites. And all you have to do, if you want one, or even to just discuss it, or have a demonstration, you go to ICIWorld.com, and then you simply click on Make an Appointment up here at the top. I'm going to stop using that browser for the moment because I didn't delete the cookies for that particular one. You click on Make an Appointment up here. Okay, let's move on. Now, some of the screens that we're going to have in this PowerPoint are going to be a recap coming up because I've covered a lot of stuff already. But for instance, if you have an Android or an iPhone, you can go to the App Store install the ICIWorld app. And for every phone in the world, you can use ICIWorld.mobi. It's literally 3 seconds and the most convenient networking for the whole industry worldwide. Everyone in real estate should have it. Anyone interested in real estate, buying and selling, residential, commercial, should have it. It's simply a shortcut that you and you can group all your real estate icons into one icon called real estate and put all the little shortcuts right in there. And if you ever need to search for buyers or sellers, if you want to search for a buyer for your property, you come to. You just go to ICIWorld.mobi. You click on search residential. You can change the haves and wants to a want. Come down to the bottom, bingo, and there's a list of buyers right now looking to buy homes all over. Okay, so those are, and every broker that has a buyer, if you're not posting it on here, could you be missing out on the owner of a property calling you? Yeah, because we've got reports, owners calling our members and saying, listen, we're thinking of selling our house. Can you give us an idea of the price of it? Well, by posting your wants, this can kind of help. Other brokers can use this list of wants when they go in for a listing presentation. You can show them a little list of buyers that are out there right now. You can zero in on cities, etc., and stuff like that to see what's going on. So those are some of the tools. Let's continue on. Okay, now I'm not going to spend time on this because today's session was showing you a little bit more about ICIWorld, but other sessions that we do month to month, we might concentrate more on going through each of these particular wonderful apps that people are using on their phones. And I'm not even going to talk about them right now, although I'm so tempted to want to because I love talking about these things, but I have to save it for another seminar. Some of our past seminars that you will see on our educational YouTube channel. You can go there and listen to this. And let me show you where to get to the educational YouTube channel. Again, you go back to ICIWorld and you'll see that I've got shortcuts on here that I'm using on a regular basis. But ICIWorld, I click on that. I never have to type it in. If you're typing in website addresses that you visit every day, every week, stop doing that. Put it on your favorites bar. That's not the favorites. It's the favorites bar. All you have to do is drag it from here down to there, bingo, and you put it on. If you don't want it, you just click on it and you can delete it. Where's the delete? There it is there. Okay, so if you want to add it, you just drag it down right there, right click on it and delete it. Make the names shorter than maybe what I've got there. And in fact, I might just, I can edit that name and just make it sort of smaller. Hang on a second there. And then you can make that smaller right there. And then that way you can get more items on this favorites bar. I'm also a CCIM, by the way, and if I was to click on that, you'll see that there's a conference that's coming up this year in Toronto, and there it is. Okay. And it's mighty exciting what's happening in there. I'll cover a little bit of CCIM here in a moment. Okay, so let's just continue on. So I'm just going to leave them up here. I left them on there for a while, so if you need to pause, you can pause your screen and mark these down on a pad of paper. You could snapshot it with your camera from your phone is another way to do it. And some people know how to use Snagit, or you can even use other little screens called Snippet down here. If I was to click on Snippet, you can use a snipping tool, go new, and I could actually copy this information right here, and you can save it to a file, save as, and you save it, and I'll just call it, I'm not even going to call it anything. I'm just not even going to save it because I'm just trying to show you how you could be saving stuff using Snippet Tool. How do you get to Snippet Tool? You just press get back to your window screen and type in snip. Look at that. SNIP brings up the snipping tool. You click on it and there it is. You click on new and bingo, you grab that particular screen and you can save it. So those are some of the little neat little things that you can do on a computer. I know I'm going a little bit quick for some, but we want to cover some items and I shouldn't even be doing it because I'm kind of behind. But let's move on. Every day is a different day. Let's make this full screen here. Thank you. There we go. And there's some other real estate apps every broker can consider having. I'll just leave this here for one moment. Just enough for people if you want to take a picture, but you can stop it. If you're going to read this later, anybody listening to this can actually receive it in a recording, and we are going to be uploading it to YouTube as well. The top CCIM commercial apps, there's some of them right there. I don't have enough time to go into them. Dropbox, if you don't have Dropbox, it's crazy not to have it. If I drop my computer today and it all broke, I can get another computer, hook up the Dropbox, download the files, and I'm up and running. Bingo, it's that fast. You don't lose a thing. You still have to reload your programs. You don't back up your programs. Programs all have to be installed individually. But the information that you save should all be put into Dropbox, which saves it in the cloud. If you got the iCloud, it's much the same. And to do that. Okay, saving keystrokes. I've already shown the favorites bar. Already shown that. Security on the internet. Mark that down. I'm not going to cover it today. It's the subject of another session that I can take at another time. Go in there, design a better password than what you have. Learn what phishing is. Those are two major important things. Go there. You can also show the whole family this page because you're going to see how a lot of the, there's actually some sting operations that people have done to all the fraudsters that are on the internet to expose them. And that there's actually movies, and one doctor lost $300,000. There's over $1 billion that's been stolen out of people's pockets because of what's going on the internet. And if you don't know what phishing is, not spelled F with an F, it's with a PHISHING. You better learn what that is, because if you don't know what it is and you're clicking on things and you think it's true what you're clicking on, you can be getting yourself into trouble big time. And then next thing you know, you got pop-up screens all over your screen. You wonder where all this garbage is coming from. And it could be that you brought it on yourself by clicking on something that maybe you shouldn't have learned. And if you learn what phishing is in the ICIWorld public security internet, educational knowledge for all of this stuff, then you can learn about it. Anyways, just write that down and you'll learn about it. Cell phones, I've got mine. Oh, I didn't even turn mine. Actually, it's on vibrate, so I'm okay there. Okay, now, Gary Clausen, he retired some time ago, but I love talking about Gary because there's many wonderful people in this business today and in the past who have really contributed just so generously because they love to do it. And Gary was one of those people who was like that. He was like that to me, and he was like that to other people. And it just wonderful. I was so privileged to kind of work with him over the years. There's my personal information, so you can see where are we coming from. I actually gave up selling real estate in 1994. Only because of a choice. I had a choice. I stay in real estate, make $1 million, or to actually operate this service and maybe make $1 million as well. But to create something very significant in the world today, that was what was really important to me. I've been chairman of certain events that drew 40,000 people, and I've organized and promoted all kinds of trade shows and meetings and stuff at the Toronto Real Estate Board, and I've been the chairman of CCIM International Commercial Real Estate World Conference. So I sort of always like doing things of a world significance, and right to this day I still do, and I've seen a lot of companies come and go over the years, and I'm just really happy and proud to say we're still here after 20 years of being on the internet. And we're not getting rich quick or anything like that. In fact, we put a lot of money into this thing that, it'd be a while before we ever got a return on it, but maybe someday it'd be fine if we do. Anyways, we're just very tickled pink to see this stuff working for everyone really very, very nicely. But yeah, we do speaking engagements, real estate boards, associations. If you have an annual meeting in some place, we'd love to come and do it, where you got about 8 television screens all around the room, and we'll get into this stuff in more details and nail it down and really hit a home run for you if you're doing a major world seminar of some sort. We can actually host major world seminars. The software that we have can actually have 1,000 people online at one time, and we can actually send the invitation to 10,000. And the beauty of that is that everyone can receive the recording after the event. Yeah, all 10,000. Isn't that incredible? So in other words, we can have members of different associations, and we have different times of the of the month that people can record, can listen in on these things, and actually have that many people listening in at any one time. So maybe once a month you can have something major going on for your company where we can actually have password protected items for only your company. Will come in here, and if you've got 500 people in your company, get them all to register, and then they can all receive a copy afterwards, and you can host the meeting. If you're a broker of record, member, owner, manager, you can actually host meetings, and we can show you how to host meetings. If you have a lawyer that's speaking in your office and you want to host it to, all the members of your real estate association. It's particularly in British Columbia, up in Kelowna, there's a lot of people that live 2, 3, 4 hours away, and they can't get into all these things. This is a way to connect everybody really quick, and if you're not using it, it's beautiful, because as long as people register, which is so simple to register, whether they can make it or not, they can still get a copy of it afterwards. So this is the conveyance of information on an industry-wide, a worldwide, and a large basis is what the services are all set up here to kind of do. Here are other instructors, and I also want to put the invitation out to other people in the industry. If you can go through our PowerPoint and present it to people, and we can modify it to suit you and how you present. Here's some other people, for instance, who have agreed and have done seminars for us. It doesn't have to be myself doing it, but you can actually be doing it as well. We can even have you doing it in another city, in Orlando, California, and any place in the world, and just kind of book it. I could actually be here, and you can be recording it, and it can be produced right from here, and you can actually we could be recording it being presented in your particular office, no matter where in the world you are located. We can actually have an instructor attend right there in the room to answer personal one-on-one questions. We could even be live theoretically in the background, where we can be here attending, and then if you have questions for us, you're welcome to answer them as well. So anything to help the service move forward. And you'll see that the technology is put in place to help this service on behalf of brokers kind of moving forward as well. And so there are testimonials from basically all the major companies in the world and independents throughout the world, and you just have to read the testimonials to see how great things are happening. Now, real estate, actually, this is exciting no matter what. Dancing with the Stars is exciting, but the highest return on any investment of any industry on the internet is actually really for real estate, because one lead can make you $15,000, $100,000 and more, $20,000, whatever. And we've seen it happen where somebody called on one particular ad, the broker went and showed it. Within 2 hours, he had sold the property and got the signed, sealed, and delivered, and made $50,000. So those kinds of things can happen when you have somebody seriously interested in the property and they want to move on it quickly. They realize that things are being selling, and they want to do it quickly, and you happen to be in the right place at the right time, and with the right skills and the right attitude and the right a lot of things. It's got to be in place in order for you to kind of do that. But the key thing is, when you've got all these great talents and all this business acumen assembled, you still need the lead. You still need the opportunity to put a buyer and a seller together. And that's where ICIWorld is just one little chain in a long chain of wonderful events that you have to have happen for yourself to make it happen. But the chain that ICIWorld provides is that showing. If you have a showing today on something, you have a chance to make money today on something. If you don't have a showing today, no matter how much skills and acumen you have, you're not making any money. You're just ready to make money, but we're not making it. You gotta have a showing today. So that's what ICIWorld kind of helps with. Now, the other interesting thing is down here, this 9% of people who sold their homes without an agent, it simply means that 91% sold their home with an agent. So if you have anybody that ever says to you, I would, if you want to sell my property, that's fine, but I don't want to give you a listing, but I will pay you a commission, that is an opportunity for you to make money on ICIWorld. We're going to show you how to do that here shortly. There's over 30,000 listings here. 75% are exclusive, not on real estate boards, all provided by real estate board representatives here. And so that's why we're suggesting we think it's possible for an association to adopt this service and start to make it work. And so we invite all the association, any association that wants to experiment to get us going for 1 year, let's do it. We're ready to do it now. It took a long time to get us down to a forum where we can actually kind of make it really work industry-wide, but we've got it working smoothly, really, really nicely now. And it should work for your people and help them make money. And then from those inspiration of all the testimonials, you kind of go from there. Okay, let's kind of move on. FSBOs, assignments, all of these can be worked on ICIWorld. We do have two databases. The member database is where the brokers place information and the public can read it. It's the widest exposed database that we have on the internet, and it's been exposed on the internet for over 20 years. The only downtime I think we've had was one time last Christmas. There was a denial of service attack, not on our service, but on the internet service provider, and that was for about 2 days. And that's the only major one. We've had another one that was for 12 hours, and but that was kind of fixed as well. So there's been a couple of issues there. We did have another major serious problem where our WordPress site was kind of kiboshed by an internet service provider, and that did set us back quite a bit. And so we're just kind of coming back from that actually. But the database was intact the whole time. It was working, and that's really what everyone should be concerned about, is that database, that you can access it at any time and add listings anytime. The public database is what we call their FSBO database. The public can post information free. Only the broker members can access the contact information in that database number 2, and there's a lot of information in there. We do both commercial and residential. It started as a commercial service for 20 years. In the last couple of years, we allowed residential to come in big time, and that's because we learned how to separate the residential from the commercial. We now do that. There are so many exclusive opportunities in residential real estate today, and that a lot of brokers think that there's only one way to sell real estate, and that's on a real estate board, but that's not true. You can sell real estate in many different ways, and one of the major ways you can do it is now through an information service that handles exclusive information. And you can have a property that's coming for sale in another 1, 2, 3 months and put it on here, get a list of buyers, and then once you get the listing signed and are able to put it on a real estate board, you already have yourself 2 or 3 or 4 buyers that you can immediately go and show it to. So you can actually be getting people in anticipation of getting a listing. You can be doing that with coming for sale on ICIWorld. Now, how to handle that, that's coming up. Monthly subscribers, monthly readerships, members, there's just all kinds of things going on here to circulate information to the world. There's pages on the internet. It's just a high traffic site for people kind of coming to search for information. And with our publications that we have going out to the industry, major publications on front pages, there's literally, in just the Ontario market alone, not including British Columbia and all the other US and Canadian stuff that's going on, but the print publications were literally have readership, according to the print publication people, of approximately 300,000 readership just on print publication, where we're actually on the front page of various trade publications. And these trade publications are people from all over the world. And I'm telling you, there's connections just all over the world. Some people say that it's 7 deep. You can reach everybody in the world. That's, I'll go over that maybe in another webinar to explain that. But 7 deep means that if you post it on ICIWorld and a couple of people see it and they tell other people about it, next thing you know, everybody around the world can kind of learn about it, and the people that are interested and can find it. Next thing you know, they call you, but you got to get it on the internet 24 hours a day so that people can see it. So if you have a piece of information, that's what's valuable. Think of a piece of information as gold, as a cherry on a tree, something, and if you let that information die or wither or don't make use of it, it's like you're a secret agent. You've got to get that information out here, pull it out of the industry, pull it out of people, and get it on here for the public and the world to see. Here's an example of some of the associations that we've done seminars for, and we've done worked with people. Just to give you a few examples, these real estate show, we have one of the busiest booths at this real estate show. It's one of the largest real estate shows in the whole world, and our booth is just, you know, got wonderful people coming by and saying hello. All our members are coming by, and new people are joining, and that's one of the reasons we make a statement that you could have a $30,000 website, and it's not as powerful as the one we supply from ICIWorld for $16.50. Per month, and it's free for 1 month, so you can actually try it out for free and see how you like it, and most everyone does like it, and then they end up keeping them. But we actually support all websites in the world with the special widgets that we have that go on your website, and when you do join, we actually send the widgets to you. And it's mainly because of the listings that are on the website. So we're on the front page of all these various trade publications. And if somebody sees one of these ads, they go to the website, they see one of your listings. So all of the advertising we're doing, you should be excited about it because it's just promoting your listings is what it's doing, because they call you. And then next thing you know, you do a deal and make money. All because we were right on the front page there, and people go there and they look at the listings. The public cannot join our service. So we're doing this on behalf of all the salespeople. It's a society of real estate brokers and salespeople. Okay, widgets, you can have them on your website. We actually showed you the widgets that can be on your website, the residential, the commercial. We've shown them already to you. Now we get into how to work exclusive information, because this is your inventory on the internet. This is where you make the money. If you can trigger one lead off the internet, that's every bit as valuable as having a regular listing on a real estate board on the internet. And if you have information on the internet, somebody calls you on that, that's a buyer, bingo, you can develop a good business relationship and go from there and sell them something, whether it's the listing that they called on or something else. It gives you an opportunity to do deals. And we're going to show you, now the RICO guidelines, every state and every province in North America and the world, actually, whoever's going to be having realtor type services, whether it's the National Association of Realtors or the Canadian Real Estate Association, etc. In the case of Ontario, it's called the Real Estate Council of Ontario, and there are certain guidelines for advertising. And we're going to cover that here in a second. But if you wonder what we're getting at, the confluence of two things of how do you network real estate information, and literally it's at the speed of thought. And every listing is actually a thought before it's a listing. You think you're going to get a listing, that's a thought. Or you're going to get a listing, that is a thought. You got a listing coming for sale in 3 months, that is a thought. Somebody says, I want to sell my property, but I don't want to give you a listing, but I will pay you a commission. You think about that, that's a thought. You know about somebody, they got their property for sale, they don't want to give you a listing, but they will pay you a commission. You're stuck. It's like your hands are tied. If you put your hands together, your two arms, and wrap rope around it, your hands are tied. What do you do? Well, I'm letting you know today, we are unraveling your wrists being locked together. You now have the freedom to network that kind of information, but you must respect some things, and here they are. And by the way, there's another source of different kinds of information that we're talking about in the industry. There is all kinds of information in the industry, and if you can't get yourself 15 opportunities within 90 days here, you don't understand what's going on. You should make a personal one-on-one appointment with us to do this, and we're going to kind of clear it up here in a moment. Here it is. Take your camera out. Take your camera out, people. This is the stuff that makes you the money. And if you change one word in here, you're going to miss out doing deals. Anybody that hasn't made money, and I say I had some, they called me up and they say, Gary, I haven't made any money. I said, did you ask the 3 questions? They said, yeah. I says, what's the first question? He says, well, I asked them, would they pay me a commission? And they said, no, they don't want to list it. That's not the question. The question is, if I bring you a buyer, you get a yes for that. The second question is, I was asking them for a 48-hour exclusive listing. No, you're not. They already told you they don't want to list it with you, and you're going to go back and ask them for a 48-hour exclusive listing? It's once you have a buyer, would you give me a 48-hour exclusive listing? Now, it doesn't have to be 48 hours. It could be 24 hours. Some of the brokers doing hotels want 1 week. You could have an agreement to advertise, agreement to cooperate, all kinds of different agreements. Talk to your manager, your broker of record, on what kind of agreement you can have. But you need something in writing before you show a property. What this means is, even though we are working exclusive information on ICIWorld, it does not mean we don't put agreements in place first before showing property or before divulging an address of a property to someone. You get a verbal response from the owner of that property that they agree to do this. And then the third verbal agreement is, you ask them verbally, may I advertise your property? I'm going to do it without disclosing the address. They've already told you they're not going to give you a listing, but you ask them for permission. And you want to know something? They all say, yeah. You know why? because they want to sell their property. It's for sale by owner. They've already got it in all these various private FSBO services, and they're advertising in themselves on Kijiji and doing all that kind of stuff. And when they do, they cut the brokers out when they advertise on Kijiji because the owners can call them directly as well. This is an advantage for real estate brokers to get involved and also to protect the owners of all these kinds of properties out there. And normally brokers can achieve a high enough price that's higher and better than what they finally end up getting because of things that they're able to do in terms of marketing the property, helping you to stage it, a larger list of buyers, larger networks to draw on, finding people that are really anxious to have to buy right now because they got to move. All of those kind of things brokers are working with. And then the people on the internet, a lot of them are getting all kinds of sometimes they call them the bottom feeders, the ones that are trying to steal things so that they can sell it later for a lot more money and all that kind of stuff. All of those things go on in the real estate industry. But I know one thing, real estate brokers can protect you from the largest single sale of your life. And if you're going to, the buyers are just going to subtract the price of the commission anyways. So why not just kind of get it listed and let the realtors look after all these 40 different major things that could go wrong and have them make it go smoothly for you. So you get the 3 yeses and then you post it on ICIWorld. But there's something you got to remember. Most registration licensing bodies, provincial, at the state level in the United States, have something to the effect that a registrant shall not include anything in an advertisement that can reasonably be used to identify specific real estate unless the owner of real estate has consented in writing. So if you do not identify a property, if you do not give an address, you can network it on ICIWorld. But if you do give an address or you intend to give an address to somebody or identify a property, you must have the consent of the owner in writing. When somebody calls you, the first thing they're going to do, they're going to ask you for the address. And you can make a statement that in this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first. But if you like, I can show it to you on Saturday. You come to my office and I'll make arrangements for you to see it. Is that okay with you? And then on Friday, you go get yourself a 48-hour exclusive listing to show the property. Money is being made left, right, and center. In Lake Tahoe, there were some realtors up there that are selling movie star type properties. This is what they do. They take an exclusive opportunity and they network it, and then when somebody wants to see it, that's when they put the agreement in place. That can actually save you a lot of money as a broker to be advertising a property that could be overpriced if you want. But if you get a showing on it, why not go show it? Next thing you know, they make an offer. Next thing you know, everybody's softening up and they come together and have a deal. Like you need to offer the opportunity. You need to present all those opportunities in the marketplace that are not getting shown through realtor networks. And this is a realtor type network that, because the realtors are the members on ICIWorld. There's real estate people here that belong to real estate boards that can be working on your properties. And these are exclusive type information that you can be working your information on. Here's a good example, coming for sale. Now, when somebody calls you, they're going to ask you for the address, but you tell them that you have to put an agreement in place first. But once you get the listing signed, you'll give them a call back. You'll put them on a list, and then they can be one of the first people through the property sold to see the property. How does that sound? Simple. So, does that give away the property, this first one? So this is a question and answer now on behalf of everybody here. Does that give it away the property, Mississauga Restaurant? You don't know which one that is. The owner of that restaurant is more likely to say, okay, if that's the way you're going to advertise it, and that's what you need to get me a buyer, go for it. Let's do it. But if I said it was at the corner of Huron, Ontario and Dundas Street, that's a different story. You're identifying the property. You're giving it away. Even if there's 3 restaurants, people could end up going direct on you to those 3 restaurants, find out which one it is within 30 minutes. And if the commission is 10%, which it is for businesses, 12% in some cases, $35,000 because you gave too much information away by giving it approximately where it was. People can go behind your back. If I said that Toronto Triplex was at the corner of Ossington and Bloor next to the Pizza, That's giving it away. So most owners will give you permission to advertise it because they're dying to get out. They have a problem. They want to sell their property and free themselves up to get on with their plans, get the cash, and away to go. They're going to let you try to market. If you say you're going to try to market the property yourself, go for it. Knock your brains out, they're going to say. Bingo, you will have if you have a membership on ICIWorld, all your listings are free. All your information is free. All your haves, all your wants. Absolutely free to post them on ICIWorld all year long. If I said, wait, does this give it away? Lindsay Yasso gas station. Some people say yes, some people say no. How many don't know? You can say yes, you can say no, or say I don't know. Well, in this particular case, it does give it away. And the reason is that there is only one gas station in Lindsay. That's it. So people can figure out which way it is. So if you want to disguise it, you say branded gas station 1 hour to Toronto. Same thing, Brantford Shopping Center, there's only one. You're giving it away. So you might have to say Ontario Shopping Center. That's it. You might not say anything else. Anything over 5 and 10 million to 100 to $1 billion, just don't say anything. Just the price range. Now, when somebody calls you, believe it or not, they have just qualified themselves. You're going to end up with less calls but better calls. Because if somebody calls you on a $30 million property, they may have a buyer, or it may be the buyer's agent. It may be the person in charge of acquisition and disposition of real estate for a pension fund, a trust, a REIT, whatever. They've just qualified themselves. Don't treat that call lightly. Qualify the people. Now, there's also tire kickers, curiosity seekers, time wasters, and fraud artists, but that's one of the reasons you're going to make $10, $20, $30, $40, $50, $100,000 and more is to qualify those people. Agree or disagree? So you qualify those people and go from there. This last one here, there could be a lot of plazas for 500 grand, so maybe that's not as necessary. So we're going to start to sum up here and finish within the next few minutes here. Mobile websites, it's the new revolution on the internet. We've shown you that, and we've shown you how it was mobilized. You can go to the website, click on For Members, and click on number 3, Mobile Websites. Go to ICIWorld.com, mark it down, ICIWorld.com, and click on For Members, look for For Members, and then click on number 3, Mobile Websites. You can click on number 2, Widgets. There's over 30 website companies that we work with. This is valuable for every website company because let's say that somebody has one of these income websites, for instance, and they see a listing from ICIWorld on this income website and call the broker who's got that website, and that broker goes out and makes $32,000. He's going to always want to keep that website. We make all websites, real estate websites, stronger in the world by triggering leads. And it's really you that makes it stronger because when you post your information, it goes on these websites, and that's what's making these websites trigger leads. So it's all the members of the service that are doing it by posting their information. And we're acting in the best interests of real estate people to serve the public, because the bottom line is more information becomes available to the public that is not available on other services. More information is in all these websites to help get more exposure for all these exclusive opportunities. It's just a win-win situation. Websites are like billboards. We've already covered that. If you've got 2,000 other brokers with websites out there helping to market your listings and then do referral back to you, if you get a double ender, if you have a property for $1 million and a $50,000 commission, would you mind paying a referral fee on half of that commission? The commission on half would be $25,000 for the selling end, $25,000 for the listing end. You would have to pay out 25% of $25,000, $6,250 as a referral. If you posted your information on ICIWorld, it appeared on another broker's website in another city, they did a referral to you, would you give them $6,250? And then you would make the balance of the $50,000. That's what's going on here. Mobile websites, yeah, you better have them. And if you turn them down and you don't have them and you try to make them work and you failed, it's like a Model T Ford. You conked out. You don't give up. It's like having a flat tire in a car. You do not abandon the car. You call the people that were helping you to do this stuff and say, hey, how come I'm not making money? You measure it 90 days. I don't care for any service that you've got going out there. 90 days, you should be getting results every 90 days. We'll be finishing off this seminar here in a minute with a pledge. 90 days is your measurement tool. If you're not measuring, if you're not getting leads or doing deals every 90 days, you give us a call. How to promote your website. That's what we're going to answer you with. Did you promote your website? Did you get people going to your website? Did they call you on any of the ads? If they're not calling you, you're not getting people to your website. So when you call us about our pledge, we're going to come back. Did you promote your website? Do you know how to add a mobile website shortcut for your mobile website onto one of your customers' phones? The very basics. The very basics. Invite us to do a seminar in your office and we will help every salesperson in your office show them how to do this stuff. Optimize your opportunities. Websites, some people have let their domain names lapse and they say, why am I not doing deals? I go to the website, it's not even working. They don't even have the listings. They didn't even update. All the other brokers have agreed to allow their listings to be on your website. They didn't even update them. So you know, in one sense, everyone is overwhelmed with suffering from information overload in this business. Just take 60 minutes out, make an appointment on ICIWorld. Our calendar, I know it's a little bit booked, but just get in there and we'll go through you one-on-one. And that 60 minutes that we spend with you will enlighten you. I assure you that it can just enlighten you. I've had nothing but comments and praise from basically people that take these one-on-one sessions. That's our pledge. It's publicized. It's on the internet. If you go longer than 90 days without either doing business or either doing a deal or at the very least developing new business relationships with someone, you should give us a call because you're missing out. You either don't know how to work exclusive information. You don't have the widgets on your website. Maybe you don't have a mobile website. Maybe you're not even telling anybody about your website. Maybe you're not even asking questions to people to try to work with their opportunities. Maybe you haven't, and then you fill out the listing on ICIWorld. It doesn't have the price in it. It doesn't have the proper business area. It doesn't have, like, there's all kinds of different, that's why they got about 10 people checking every listing on real estate boards to make sure that they go through properly. So you can really trust the information on a real estate board. On ICIWorld, it is a free flow of information, people. There's a lot of mistakes. It's a free flow of information. It's true market. It's the true free market enterprise, and it's how people are putting in their information. And believe me, the brokers are the most well-positioned people to collect information in the industry today, and I'm excited about that for every single broker to be doing this stuff. What do you do now? Well, you can either, we're going to give you a code, a save 25 coupon code, regular 319. You can save 25% if you see this coupon so far, or go. I'm going to give it to you now, ICIWorld.com/corporate. When you go there, instead of paying $319, it will be $240, which represents the 25% off. If you want to join today and you're not a member, you can get a one-time 25% off, and you just go to ICIWorld.com, and if you click on join, look for the word corporate, or just type this in, ICIWorld.com/corporate. Either way, go to the website is probably nice. Just go to ICIWorld.com, click on join, look for the word corporate. It will be 25% off for you. And then you can join for $240, and that'll be 1 year. Make an appointment and we'll get you going, right? You only need, everyone that joins, only really, we recommend a 1 hour appointment. After that, you don't need anything more. If you want a website, that is a separate hour. That's it. You'll only need 2. Anybody that needs more, you're welcome to make more. We'll help you. We want to get you going. Anybody that's not making money, we want to get you going. We want you in testimony. We want every member in the testimonials. There will be a feedback right after the session, and we really do appreciate 100% any feedback that you give us. Was this beneficial to you today? I'm excited about your comments. It keeps us going through the good times, bad times, challenging times, and all that good stuff. And when sometimes people can be negative, we love the positive, and we love your enhancement suggestions. You know, suggestions and feedback and criticism comments can be done in a positive way to learn. And that's what this stuff's all about. We're all in the industry to learn together, and I've learned all our services built from learning from all the members and from what's going on in the industry and the feedback. It just takes time to kind of get this stuff all done for you. And believe it or not, I got a whole other level of things that I would love to do and to bring in here, but it takes a certain amount of capitalization, and it takes certain special people now that I recognize for their talents in the industry to kind of do certain things on the internet. And to a certain extent, we've kind of risen to our level of incompetence, and I see that happening here. But I would love to be helping to guide this going forward, to bring these people in to really crystallize the things that really are working for each and every single member. And it's that crystallization that we're kind of shooting for going down the road. Anyways, that's it for today. Look forward to hearing from you back on these surveys, and please do register for other seminars. And if you do join, we'd love to have you aboard and get your information working, and we love hearing of your comments. Have a great day, great weekend, and we're always here to help you. Go to the ICIWorld YouTube channel afterwards. You can find this video there as well. I'm just going to show these screens here. And finishing. And I'll leave the contact information on the screen here. Let's click on contact. Oh, I'll show you where the join is today. Everybody's got to make a buck. Click on join today. And come down here, you'll see for the US and for Canada. You go down just a little bit further and you'll see the word corporate right there. Click on that. You can choose USA or the world. You'll see that it's the $240 for the 12 months. Click here for Canada. And then click on join now, and then just fill in, make up, you put your email address in here, password, first name, last name, blah, 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 and then click on register, and it'll take you to the payment page with your credit card. And then once you get started, you come back here and you click on member login, and you log in right here. This is where you log in. If you have any issues, you click on login help password, and then you put your name in here and get the password sent to you. Then you come back here and log in. We recommend that you log in for at least 1 month at a time. That way you don't have to log in every time. Remember the login ID. Once you log in, it's going to say welcome. Oops, let's go back here. Any issues, you call us. Okay. Always log in for 1 month at a time. That way you don't have to log in every time, and you can update your password. And there's the welcome. This is where your personal record of information is. You can come in here. Oopsie daisy. I'm going to have to change my password now. Anyways, you come up here and you change all this stuff here, whatever it is that it is for you, my record, and then you can click on add have want, and you can add your listings here right away. And this is where you do it. Now, there is one nice little thing here for more help. Click here, and this is all about entering listings. There's a nice little video here to show you how to do it. Once you know how to do it, bingo, you're in business. Click on add have want, and then you click on the my listings button to see your listings. You can click on my solds, and if you want to see the listings going in, always check your listing once it's gone in. Go in and check it. And if you go in and check your listing, you'll see they've got the property, Vaughan Mills, they've chosen their business area, they've got the lease price. Now what they don't have is there's a special building area square foot function that they should choose in here that they have not done. A lot of people search by building area square foot. That's actually missing right here in this particular listing. That's it for today. And I'm going to go back to contact and leave it here. That completes our seminar for today. Thank you for your indulgence for hearing us out, but those are the best that we've assembled over the last 20 years of helping brokers on the internet. It's literally the very best that we'd like to put forward on behalf of all the real estate brokers and salespeople on the Society of Real Estate Brokers and Salespeople from ICIWorld. Thank you for the opportunity to serve you and look forward to speaking to you in the future. Have a great day.